Welcome to the Baker's Exchange, where I exchange my baked goods for insight on entrepreneurship.
I'm the baker's man. I'm the baker.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ian Wilson, co-owner of Day 6 Coffee Co. here in downtown Houston. Welcome back to another episode of the Baker's Exchange. I'm here with the beautiful Miss Corinne Pinto. Corinne, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone about yourself and what you do?
Yes, so my name is Corinne Pinto. I am the founder and CEO of a company called Pintoco, and it is a retail company. And I also have a nonprofit young adult ministry called Philly Connect.
Okay, nice. So, which one did you start first, Pintoco or Philly Connect?
Philly Connect. I started that 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Wow.
I know.
I guess, why don't you go ahead and go into the story of how
Sure.
Philly Connect came about?
Yeah, technically like 5.5 years ago. So I was in this like transition period of figuring out what I wanted to do. Was moving or thinking about moving from New York back to Houston. Houston is home.
So you're originally from Houston?
I'm originally from Houston, born and raised.
Okay. There you go.
So was living in New York, loved it. Had been there from post-college for a few years. Started my career in the advertising industry, loved it. Had quit, started my own company, and then I kind of hit a wall where didn't feel like I was really like moving as quickly as I wanted to with the company. We needed to make some more money. So it was a struggle, and I just reached this place where I needed to kind of get out of New York, stop paying that high rent, and home was the safest place to do that. So I came home for a couple of months, and in that 2 months that I was home, I started Philly Connect. So a lot of prayer and fasting, and I guess just the opportunity presented itself to start. It started off as a small group.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Houston or New York, which one's better?
Ooh, okay.
It shouldn't be this hard, honestly, but go ahead.
I'm a native Houstonian.
Okay.
Houston is the city.
I just had to make sure.
Of course. But New York is amazing and has its own character and personality.
So you came back to Houston, you started Philly Connect, and that was about 5.5 years ago, you said?
Yes.
And so how has that journey progressed? Where is Philly Connect at now?
Yeah. It's been crazy. Never thought that it would be what it is today. When I started, like I said, it was a small group, so just a handful of friends. I think our first one we did in the park, it was about 10 people, and our goal was just to share the truths about Christ and come from a perspective of like, we're young adults, we're living this life, we know we want to walk it and talk it and look a certain way, but it's not about looking a certain way, it's about really living according to the purpose that God has set us out here for and really understanding the truths, of the Bible. But in church sometimes, and like we're taught things without really understanding the deeper reasoning behind the things that we're taught. And so it doesn't always prepare us or give us the tools to live a certain kind of way. And so we wanted to be a group where that transparency, that vulnerability was welcomed, and we would always go back to the Bible to understand the things that we talked about and the things that we were going through in life.
Was it hard, I guess, because I feel, especially in today's society, like talking about religion can kind of be, people don't really want to get into that. So was it hard to like let people know like, hey, we want to discuss religion, but in a welcoming, non-judgmental, hey, like you can tell us about your problems. And was that hard to convey that message to people? I don't want to say it was hard, because I think I'm a huge believer in like culture and things from the top down values, and we started off that way. So people who came into the group, it organically continued to grow in that way, and that expectation was set, I think. Gotcha. So
that is the core of what we do, talking about religion, talking about relationship with Christ, with each other, encouraging one another. It's never to be like judgmental, and I think we throw that word around a lot, but we will keep it real. Like we're going to talk about the things, that are sinful and whatnot, but look at, what we're doing and how we can continue to grow. So.
Gotcha. That's great. I'm glad that there's a place where people can feel comfortable to talk about that stuff, because I think most people are very uncomfortable when we need to have those discussions. So you've been doing PC as you shorten it to.
Yes.
How did you get into Pintoco? How did that
come? Okay, so I think like I am a creative at heart. I wouldn't say I'm like purely creative. I'm a bit of like a strategist as well, so hybrid. And then I'm like good on like the organization, account management. So that's always been my like career background. So originally in 2019, and then last year, 2020, is when I went super hard in like thinking and brainstorming and coming up with things. So the whole purpose or idea behind Pintoco is to challenge the status quo. With bold, provocative statements that spur conversations. You see my shirt says Negro.
Yeah. So would you say, not necessarily that you're trying to offend people with it, or, but so you're not necessarily trying to offend people, but you definitely want people to notice and like, oh, I have to ask about that. Like,
I don't think it's offensive. So personally, and the feedback and the response that I've gotten since launching, it hasn't been that anybody has taken it offensively.
Okay.
I think it's more of a proud statement, and for the people who do take offense to it, that's my prayers that that's where the conversation will start.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so you have other shirts besides this Negro? Okay.
Yeah. So we've got a few. You can check out www.pintoco.co. But I started off small. Negro, there's one that says human made in Africa, another one that says Negro made in Africa, and then one that just says made in Africa. So the idea is kind of a nod to the motherland. There's one thing that's unifying us in this time of like, social, there's a lot of stuff happening socially. Yeah. So being able to provide, I guess, one common thread is the goal with this line that launched, and it's established XXXX is part of this line because we don't really know. One, it can represent when you were. It's not on this shirt, but it can represent when you were born, so when you were established, or humanity.
Gotcha.
I hope that makes sense.
It does to me.
Okay.
Yeah. My next question was gonna be, I guess between the two, is there one that you're leaning towards enjoying more? I know Pintoco's pretty new.
Yeah.
But would you say that, obviously you're a Christian, and so being with Philly Connect, that's right up your alley, but you also said you're creative. Is there either one that you lean more towards out of the two, or is it both like, I love them both?
Yeah. I love them both. And that's not like the kosher answer.
Yeah.
I really do, and I think I've finally reached this point where I really enjoy what I'm doing. And you know how people ask that question, like, what would you do if you weren't making any money?
Yeah.
I'm making money, but it's totally like that ramp up period. But I really enjoy being able to create things that I believe in, that I believe are purposeful to impact those around me. It's a balance, and I've been working on that. So since launching, obviously I've had to put quite a bit more time into Pintoco and figuring out how to make sure that Philly Connect wasn't taking a hit because of that. It's a nonprofit, like official 501c3, and not just that, there are a lot of people that are consistent and expecting us to continue operating at a certain level, and I never want to put that in jeopardy because I'm starting something else. So finding that balance is important, just making sure you have the right team.
Yeah, I completely understand. I know when we started this, I was particularly worried about our plumbing business, which was our first business we ever started. But I'll be up here doing plumbing work, and I have the downtime, making calls, online, doing what I have to do. So, and I think it's, I'm glad, I'm the type that likes to do a little bit of everything. Yeah. So having multiple different things is kind of good to me, because I'm like, I can do a little bit of this, and then well, now I gotta switch to this. It makes I'm wearing multiple hats, so it makes me feel like I have a real deep purpose, so I really enjoy multiple ventures. I'm not saying it's for everybody. I know some people, they have to like zero in on something, but I'm happy to hear your perspective on balancing multiple things, because that's something I'm like, I'm giving too much attention to this.
So how do you balance?
So I started off struggling with it. I think I'm kind of getting more of a groove on how to do it. So I've been working more of the evening shift here. And so in the morning I kind of try and knock out some plumbing work, and then come here, and then I do coffee shop for the rest of the day. So that's kind of how I've been balancing. And we also have a really good team around us, so I can always delegate tasks, and, so that I couldn't do it by myself, and I don't know how people who do it by themselves. I'm like, wow, you're taking on a lot. So having a great team, I think, is beyond important. Like, my brother tells me, he literally has come to me like, bro, I couldn't have done this without you, and I'm like, same, like there's no way that this would happen. And there's other people on our team that aren't always in the focus. You know, they're not up here as much, but they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that probably doesn't get talked about. But I truly appreciate them, and I try to let them know as much as possible. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That brings me to the next point of why we're here. I have some stuff for you to taste. I got some treats for you.
I'm excited.
You know, I love to give people gifts on this show. So this first one that we're going to try is our red velvet cheesecake. And since Valentine's Day is coming up, I think it's only right to have a heart-shaped cheesecake.
Oh, that's so cute.
So you can go ahead and try that one and let me know what you think. Honest opinions only. Honest opinions only.
How honest? Like, if I don't like it,
Tell me it sucks. Like,
I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I haven't even put it all in my mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, but I tasted that part. I can get it on. It's really good. Can I give like a Food Network?
Yeah, give us a detailed review.
I love the creaminess from like the cream cheese and the red velvet taste, and it's the perfect combination mix with the. Is it an Oreo cookie?
Yeah, it's an Oreo cookie.
Look at those taste buds. I'm good. No, that's really good. It's really good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did. It's delicious.
So the second thing is there's a little background story behind this cookie right here.
Ooh.
So Corinne decided to challenge me, which was her first mistake. Never challenged me to anything. To make a cookie that was more healthy. So I went and created. She gave me a few guidelines. I went and created its vegan, paleo, gluten-free, maple pecan cookie.
Okay.
Now, you challenged me, so I kind of want to up the challenge.
Nah, that wasn't.
It's my show. Okay. I make the rules. If this cookie is good, you have to go out on a date with me for Valentine's Day.
Oh. And then if not, I don't get to try it?
No, you can still try it. I'm just saying. Okay. So go ahead, try it.
All right. I think I should do more challenges if this is the outcome. Ooh, look at that texture. Okay. That is delicious. No sugar.
No sugar.
No flour.
No flour.
No butter.
No butter.
What? This is gonna be on the menu?
Yes. So both of these will be on the menu for February.
Okay, so earlier I said one of my favorites was the brisket taco. I forgot the chocolate chip cookie, but this is now my favorite.
So you like that more than chocolate?
It's amazing.
Okay.
And I know that I'm not eating like, I mean, you know, chocolate chip has its place, but.
So go ahead and I want look into this camera right here and let everyone know that we will be going out on a date for Valentine's Day.
Ian and I, because his cookie is amazing, will be going out on a date for Valentine's Day. Where are we going? It's okay, you can think about it.
You like steakhouse? You like steakhouse?
I do.
Del Frisco's? Have you heard of Del Frisco?
That works.
Okay, cool.
I like it.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed everything.
Amazing.
There y'all have it. I see we learned today that the quickest way to a woman's heart is through her stomach. And always remember, shoot or shoot.